Hey, John Taylor here, and we're continuing on the conversation of how to make this holiday season just wonderful. One of the things that I also observe, and you know this as well as I do, you can see it in all the stores. I go to the stores and they have alcohol in huge bottles for the holidays. And when I look at that, I'm like, uh oh, there's trouble. And why? There's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine or having a cocktail or something like that. And yet, as well as I do, what happens around the holiday time is people actually lose their awareness of themselves and their pain and their behaviors. And alcohol is one of those mechanisms where that happens. And so, without judging alcohol, alcohol is just alcohol. That's what it is. It's a spirit. And if you really look at what a spirit energy is, it means it amplifies what's there. So, if you have darkness in your heart and upset, chances are when you drink some alcohol, it is going to amplify that spirit energy. If you have joy and mirth and happiness, it'll amplify it. And yet, there's a certain point at which when you have too much alcohol, well, everything begins to degrade. And here's why. Alcohol actually anesthetizes your brain. It means it makes it numb. When you go to the dentist and they put a shot into your bone here, or rather into your gums, not your bone, into your gums, so that it anesthetizes the area and makes it numb so that they can work on your teeth and it won't hurt you. Well, that's what alcohol does to the brain. Yeah, so if you can't even eat after you go to the dentist because the drool is coming down your mouth because you can't feel anything, what do you think's happening in your brain when you drink too much? You can't feel anything, actually. And so that's why alcohol around the holidays is actually, for me, when I watch it in the systems and I visit friends and I'm at business meetings and I'm all over the place doing the work that I do in the world and visiting and so on, whew, you just watch out for that because people get literally numb. And when they're numb, they are not aware of how they behave and how they act. And chances are, more than not, if you went through your history of the holidays, you probably have seen conflicts and issues and arguments and so on. And I would almost guarantee that alcohol is involved. If I were just to statistically analyze all of the times where I've had and been in situations where there's been some sort of altercation, some argument or upset or what have you, breakdown in a family system or friend system, it would probably be like 98% plus of the time there was alcohol consumed, probably too much alcohol. So here's the invitation for you. And this may be like a way outlier thing, and yet that is why this invitation is even more impactful for you, is to really observe your relationship to alcohol, number one, so you understand why it is that you are drinking and what the need is to drink, the need, quote unquote, because there's no such thing as a need for alcohol. It's a behavioral frame. And then number two, just take a look at what life is like when you actually don't have it around family systems or friend systems that have a lot of charge and energy in them where arguments normally happen. What would happen if you actually throttled your drinking and just really limited it? And by you doing so, it actually just created a different energy in the field. Like you're holding, if you will, the sober pole, the clarity, the clean energy. What if that right there was the anchor that stabilized a system greatly? It's like on a ship that's sinking and everyone's panicking, but somebody is holding clarity, how to get the lifeboats off, how to get the vests and get everybody off the ship before it sinks. Notice how important that person is into stabilizing everything? Often, and this is what I've observed, it's the people that are not drinking that are actually the stabilizing pole in many of those systems that happen around the holidays. So I just invite you. I know a lot of people don't talk about this for the holidays, and that is exactly why I'm talking about this in this video for you. So if you have a propensity to drink, you like drinking around the holidays, and yet your holidays always have arguments and family dysfunction and friend dysfunction, How about up-leveling your life massively by observing your relationship to alcohol and really limiting it and seeing what that does in that system? And instead of being numb to all of what's occurring, be really present. You can be really present. You don't need alcohol to have a good time. You need to show up, the spirit of you, the real spirit of you. So it's an invitation, and you can do it. So again, John Taylor, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.